to. So all that out of the way. I was on the marketplaces, shocking. Scoping out, what's that? Scoping out the, oh, why is this stuff on the floor? I have to, hopefully that's illegal. Scoping out stuff, and I came across this lot that says X amount of dollars goes to charity for a set. So I contacted him. I said, oh, that's classic space. Yay. And I said, I'm interested. And he says, well, this is what I want. And I said, oh, that's perfect. And then we started chatting back and forth, shall we say. And I said, you know, I already have a few of these. And he goes, oh, and I said, oh, I'm a fan. And then we started talking about that. And he says, well, I'm trying to, he calls it piecing together all his sets to sell for charity. And I said, perfect. I said, I happen to have a whole room of parts. So, and I talked about this before. I said, give me your list. And I found 7 of the 17 or whatever. And I said, okay, here you go. I'll bring the 7 over. And again, not to say my collection let me down, because it's never let me down. But the stuff that I was missing, I was shocked. Like a 2x16 blue plate, I thought I had lots, and I have none because they're all in the layout. So I got my 7 different parts together, and I sent him a picture. I said, here you go. And I said, he says, what do you want for them? I said, whatever. It's like not much to me for the parts I gave you. So whatever. And I said, and I want the set that you want, that you're selling. And so for whatever finagling happened, he says, okay, so you got $40 worth of parts. And I'm going, what? $40 worth of parts? Are you kidding me? I will be the first to say I don't go on Bricklink that often, except when I'm trying to look something up. I don't look at the cost and price per piece anymore. $40. There was 2 1x16 Technic beams, blue, and I got dozens. And so I thought they were like maybe 20, 30 cents a piece. There was 7 1x3 light gray plates. Now, again, I know light gray hasn't been around for a bunch of years, but still, I can't see why there'd be an expense for 1x3 light gray plates. The ones I thought would be slightly expensive were those little corner pieces that came in the Galaxy, the Cosmic Fleet Voyager in blue, but I happen to have lots. I mean, just because. And so there was nothing that I gave him for me that warranted the total to be $40. I was thinking 5, maybe 10 max. It was $40 worth of parts. I'm going, you're joking. I'm going to sell this whole room and retire. like, are you kidding me? I was speechless. So he wanted $80 for his set. And I wanted $5, but he was going to pay me $40 for my parts, so I gave him $50. Because to me, the parts that I was getting was not worth $40. $30 was to me too exceptional. $20 maybe. So that's fine. So I gave him $50 in those 7 different parts, and he gave me this box. So I'm going to build this box. I'm not going to tell you what this box is. You have to see. Okay. Here's maybe an alternative, but I'll give you a hint. Here's me giving you a hint. It has this. So now you already know it's limited to a specific number of sets. And then if I show you this one, because I could have showed you this one first, and then we know what set it is. So I noticed in the picture that it was missing stuff, but that's fine. And it had, and I think I mentioned this in the video. I'm never good with these tiny Ziplocs ever. This is the wrong one, but only us crazy pedantic fans know that. But those are the bricks, which are looking fantastic. I mean, I'm going to say that the pieces look really, really good. So I'm going to, there's the other one there. So there's 3. And he's doing the same thing I'm doing. I just noticed this now. The pip has the hole in it, which means that it didn't come out in 1979, but I don't care. Never did. But the doors, yay, the doors. These doors are getting to be quite rare. There's the other one somewhere in here. Oh, there it is right there. And then the blues. So I'll put this aside. The blues and my blues. There we go, the blues. And then let's see what the generation of the space guy is, because you know it could be a new one, but I don't think so. I don't like these small Ziplocs. I can never open them properly. Well, it is not even a sticker. Look at that! Look at that! And look at that! That is original. I haven't seen a Lego minifig, original Lego minifig. It might be a newer one. I don't know if the cross bracing, there's some sort of history there. So the torso might be new, but the helmet is not new, and the tanks are not new, but that's brilliant. So happy. So whilst I'm building, I'm going to talk about more stuff. I would, again, why I picked this one out again, because you can see it was right there. Right there. So, yeah, whatever. I will say I do not know how many I own now. Nor do I particularly care. I know, and I've said this before numerous times, I know that there are people out there that have a far bigger classic space collection than I have, which is, you know, I'm not trying to compete. But there are people out there that with far more. These pieces are awesome. Like, these are almost like new out of the box. Whoever had this set built it, maybe because there's some light fading on some of these pieces. I'll show you in a sec. You can see the 2x4 there is slightly yellowed, and I think that guy is slightly yellowed. It is a 1x2 type 2 handle, which is perfectly acceptable. And I'm gonna put these there, and put that there. Now this is where I'm gonna get the right piece. Here's that. Oh, it's right down here. Oh, wrong ones. Let's see. In my grand list of parts here, have you noticed, like, they couldn't even print them on the tile in the right spot, this consistent spot on the slope. We'll go with this one. Ooh, this one's actually nice. Okay. This one, in the light, you can see the craters. So I think that goes there. We'll find out in a second. It's been, yeah. That one right over there. You think I know by now. So that, and then the threes. And then the inverted. This set was always a joy to build. I'm gonna put the there. They do have the groove in the bottom, but I think the original one had the groove in the bottom as well. I can't, I think it was only the mid 70 sets that did not have the groove on them. Even these hinge plates, oh, hinge bricks, they're so hard to move. Oh my goodness, it's like these things were never ever used, like literally ever. So, good times. That goes there, that goes there. Put the doors on. I think he shipped me one piece too many, but we'll find out when it's done. That goes there. And that goes there. That goes there. Original, non-axle hole. That goes there. And then not too many sets I can still build off the top of my head. This is absolutely gonna be one of them. just because it is. So yeah. Okay, so maybe I'm mistaken. I think I had a chat with Dave St. Cyr once a long time ago, David St. Cyr, where we talked about the 918 versus the 924 and the 928. And the 918, I said, the tails in the other two are blue, and this one, the tail is gray. Why wouldn't they keep it blue? And Dave, I believe, said to me, for play factor. And I go, what are you talking about? He says, well, you have the 1x8s in here and this 1x8. There's no other 1x8s in blue, so having doubles of something makes it easier to build symmetrical ships if you're not. And I'm going, oh, that's brilliant. But I do not remember now, because I've never had a brand new in-box set, if it came with two 2x8s, right? Because it has one 1x8 there and one 1x8 there, and there's the third 1x8. So maybe this one, the fourth one, came in the set. Oh, I forgot the steering wheel. That was stupid of me. Not only did I forget the steering wheel, I forgot to put the control panel in there. The two reds. And let's look at the. So these have the injection molding in the logo and not on the side. Oh, that's cute. No, that's all the same. So there we go. Fleet wide. Not you. So one thing I have been thinking about this from the get-go. I won't do it in Brickomania, but I plan on doing it at some point. There we go. 2 918s in a week. I cannot complain about that. Remarkably fantastic pieces. So he is putting some effort, or they are putting some effort into reconstituting their sets. Because the piece parts are very no nicks, no teeth marks, no nothing, and very little fading for the age of the pieces. So no water either. So fantastic, literally fantastic. I cannot, and then one extra 2x8. So I should actually check the Bricklinks to see if it came with 4 2x8s instead of 3 2x8s. Usually back then there was not too many extra parts when you finished building the set that the instructions were for. They didn't have spare parts like they do now. Like if there was I can't think of any set that I got. I mean, there probably was, but I don't remember building anything that had a spare piece in the box after I finished building it from the instructions. I can't think of any, but maybe this one had an extra 2x8. Don't know yet. So I was going on. The one plan I have, and it's kind of like just me being me. Right now in the layout, I have 4 924s, 3 928s, 3 918s, 2 Starfleet Voyagers, and then the sort of smaller sets, vehicles, and even the small little shuttles and stuff like that to populate the layout, because I planned that each landing pad would have one big ship on it. One time I wanted to set up the layout and just have all Galaxy Explorers, the whole thing. And the thing is, I could do it. and then do another layout some of the other year where it's just 918s out there. All of them are 918s. It was an idea. I don't know if it's ever going to come to fruition, but it was at least an idea that I had in my head. I'm a little parched. I thought about bringing my water down, but I said I'm not going to need it. Was I wrong? So I wanted to build that with you guys and add that to the ever-growing list of classic space sets that I have. I do thank the person for all the talking back and forth and whatever. I gave him a link to my YouTube channel because, It's calling my business card now. And we'll see if I said to them today after they marked this as sold that if they have other parts that they need for completing sets, just let me know. If I don't have it, I don't have it. But if I do have it, I enjoyed this because, again, I did not pay for the entire thing what they were asking, but I gave them parts and hugely discounted for me buying it. So again, I mentioned that before on here that I've shipped parts to friends out there in the world, and they've been gracious enough to send stuff back to me, which I'm forever appreciative. So I don't mind that kind of bartering or whatever you want to call it, instead of full freight out front. But the other thing about me is that unless I feel like I'm taken advantage of, somebody's taking advantage of me, when somebody says it's X amount of dollars, I'm going to pay X amount of dollars. I don't try to haggle. I don't try to do any of that. Like I know you're supposed to kind of in garage sales, but to me, garage sales are always supposed to be getting rid of stuff. And so if people want to haggle me, that's perfectly acceptable. When I see something, and I see it like it's a $5, and I think, is that worth $5 to me? Yes. Then I don't haggle. Why would I haggle? I think it's worth $5. I know that doesn't sit well with some people because they think that haggling is part of the business. And I'm going, if I wanted to sell it cheaper, I'd put a cheaper price on it. This is the price I want. And if you don't like it, like I have a couple things on Marketplace for over 2 or 3 years now. And I don't care. They can just sit there. It's not costing me anything. It's not like putting the ad in the paper where it costs you something. I have when my mom passed away, she has a signed Robert Bateman painting, one of 750, whatever. And I've had it up there. I went online to figure out the going rate, and I took some money off of that, so it's cheaper than the going rate out there. And somebody, oh, you're asking way too much. I go, the going rate is like $50 more. Oh, but I don't want to pay that. Then don't pay that. Then don't pay that. I'm not going to lower my price just because you don't want to pay that. And again, if you're a friend, we can talk, right? And whatever. But as somebody coming at me saying, oh, that's too much, and I'm going, just the going rate, the cheapest going rate of that painting is X amount, and I want $50 cheaper. Like, what more do you want? Oh, I want it cheaper. Well, then go find somebody else who's selling it cheaper. And it can sit there on the Marketplace ads until the cows come home. It sits there. It doesn't take up anything from me. It's not costing me money to have it sitting there. So now I'm kind of dug in that it's going to sit there until somebody gives me the price I want. Or somebody's nice to me. Oh, Dave, that's a beautiful painting. I was going to put it in my living room. What do you think about it? Okay, now you've approached me nicely, and I'm willing to have the conversation with you. If somebody comes, oh, you're charging too much. Yeah, I'm not talking to you anymore. I am not talking to you anymore. so I don't think my ideas here are out of whack, and I don't think that me being disrespected in a text is warranting my time. I don't need this. I was going to talk about bullying in a completely different context, but I don't know how many of us are geeks. I know I'm a card-carrying, loving every minute of it geek. My entire life, I've never had a time where I thought I shouldn't be a geek, or nor did I ever not want to be a geek. But being a geek in the 80s, and I've mentioned this a few times, being a geek in the 80s and growing up in playing Dungeons and Dragons and then the computer lab every night, the only thing I didn't have was the black horn-rimmed glasses. So, but I can sense almost intuitively, not 100%, but it's been pretty accurate so far. I can sense when I'm being bullied or somebody's coming at me that expects me to back down. I'm way, not that I even did back then, but I'm way past any caring of anybody else's ego. I mean, I don't even care about my ego. Ask my friends. I don't care about my ego. I like to think I don't have an ego, but everybody has an ego. But I don't have any ego that would prevent me from being whatever else. I don't dig my heels in, selfishly and say, oh, I'm cross my arms like a temper tantrum. I like to think I'm very accommodating and very, very appreciative of other people who are accommodating. But I know when bullies are around. I do. it's just intuitive to me to know when there are bullies. And overall, because I just don't care, I just avoid. I just walk the other way because I don't have to be confrontational unless they confront me, in which case I'll get right in your face, right up in your grill. But if there are bullies, I just, whatever, you go live your life over there. I'm over here now. I don't classify it as running away. I just classify it as I don't have the energy or the wherewithal to deal with malcontents. I don't, and I don't care to deal with malcontents. I don't need to give them any time of my day. So I have this intuitive sense overall that's been pretty good so far when I'm being bullied. And so when I have a Robert Bateman painting up there that is cheaper than any other Robert Bateman painting out there, and somebody says, "You're charging too much. You should charge. I want to pay you less." Or what's your lowest price? I said, "That's my lowest price. Of course, that's my lowest price." Well, that's not good enough. Well, okay, fine. Have a nice day. And when I say have a nice day, it's not like I'm just waving you away. It's sincerely, you go have a nice day somewhere else. I use that all the time. Have a nice day. And a lot of people think it's being flippant. No, it's not. I don't want anybody to have a bad day. Well, I can think of one person I want to have a bad day. But overall, I don't want anybody to have a bad day. I want everybody to have a good day. Why wouldn't I want people to have a good day? But I don't want them to have a good day at my expense. So go have a good day somewhere else. So, anywho, I've gone on 21 minutes, so that's it. That's all. Happy with this. I think I got 2 more. I should someday figure out how many I have now. I believe the one video I had up a couple years back showed 10 or 12 of them. And I have at least these 2 more, and I think a few more than that. So I think right now the mostly complete, because again, I can't say my 6890 collection is complete. I think 7 of them are complete. The other ones have a sticker for the gray 1x2 with black stripes on it that I just put in a gray brick, 1x2 brick. So those are not accurate. So I think I have 7 or 8. The 6880s, 13. And I think those are complete. So yeah, but I think I have more of these now than the 6880s. So again, it's not a competition. I'm not doing it to be the biggest. I have the biggest collection of 918s in the world. It's just one of my favorite sets, and every time I see it, I make a determination whether or not I want to buy it or not. Yesterday, talking to this guy or girl or them, worked out fantastically well. And it was a joy, and it was fun. I really enjoyed it, and I have yet another 918. So I think, do I actually have any more up there? Because usually I have a few laying around. Oh, look. But I have my own collection of them. This is my version right there. I like that one. So that's 918, and it's my first Chris Giddens inspired 918. I do not see any more up there, but I think I got this one like a year or 2 ago, because I put everything else away. So yeah, probably 13 or at least 14 now, and I'm not going to complain about that because, oops, hey, this is the problem with the building like that. The pieces are always falling off. So yeah, anywho, why is that thing on the side? There we go. So the past week, this is what I rebuilt for the past week from the lots I got. I can't complain about that. That's it. That's all. I'm going to do some cleaning up, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.